Hello everyone, this is Stacy, and in this audio recording, I should say, we're going to talk about the second pillar of caste. If you go back and hopefully you will listen, I'll add it to the end of this one where they talk about the first pillar, which is basically God's will. They've used the Bible, they meaning whites in America, from the very beginning, used the Bible and the wording, the literal language of the Bible to, I guess, determine that, yes, God, Jesus, everybody is white and in charge, and we were cursed, and that gave them a reason to treat us the way that they did. So I present small excerpts from Caste by Isabel Wilkerson. I recommend everybody read this. I recommend you sending a copy of this recording to your House member and your congressperson, because this is our problem that should be brought to the forefront. And when Black Americans start to think right, we'll start to act right, we'll start to be right. But this is the system that the world has run on. We think it's race, we think it's class, but no, it's caste, where those in charge decide that there's a system they want in place where there are some people at the top, some people at the bottom, and it's just that way. No matter how much money you make, no matter how smart you are, no matter what you've accomplished in life, that's just the way it is. Where Donald Trump can be president and be held in higher esteem, although Barack Obama's not my favorite because I don't believe he did what he was supposed to do for Black people, but that was never the intention in the first place. They can hold somebody like a Donald Trump in high esteem and trash a Barack Obama. That's caste. Here in America, caste is based on the color of your skin. The lighter the color of your skin, the better you are treated. So pillar number 2 talks about heritability. That one drop. We always, one drop. You got one drop. Too bad. Right? Well, that's ignorance. Okay, so traditionally, and even in India, where the caste system was created, used, still practiced today, the heritability followed the father. So the children got the right, like we get our father's last name, right? Father, da-da-da. Well, here in racist America, they changed all that. They broke from tradition once slavery hit because they needed the status of the child to follow the mother, because that made the Black woman, what do they call it? The Black woman's womb was a profit center. So as long as the mother was a slave, every child coming from that mother's womb was a slave. So if the white man kept putting children in your great-great-great-great-grandmother's womb, she continued to stay a slave. That broke from tradition. So here in America, pillar number 2 is heritability. Here in America, it don't make a difference how much money you make if you are Black. In their stories, and listen to the end, it's about 7 minutes of this. The end, there's a comment about what happened to Forrest Whitaker, a very prominent actor, rich, right, Black man, and what LeBron James has to say about being a rich Black man or woman, but yet being Black in America. So pillar number 2, heritability.
Pillar number 2, heritability. To work, each caste society relied on clear lines of demarcation in which everyone was ascribed a rank at birth and a role to perform, as if each person were a molecule in a self-perpetuating organism. You were born to a certain caste and remained in that caste subject to the high status or low stigma it conferred for the rest of your days and into the lives of your descendants. Thus, heritability became the second pillar of caste. In India, it was generally the father who passed his rank to his children. In America, dating back to colonial Virginia, children inherited the caste of their mother both by law and by custom. And in disputes beyond these parameters, a child was generally to take the status of the lower-ranking parent. The Virginia General Assembly declared the status of all people born in the colony. Whereas some doubts have arisen whether children got by any Englishman upon a Negro woman should be slave or free, the Assembly decreed in 1662, "Be it therefore enacted and declared by this present Grand Assembly, that all children born in this country shall be held bond or free only according to the condition of the mother." With this decree, the colonists were breaking from English legal precedent, the only precepts they had ever known, the ancient order that gave children the status of the father. This new law allowed enslavers to claim the children of black women, the vast majority of whom were enslaved, as their property for life and for ensuing generations. It invited them to impregnate the women themselves if so inclined. The richer it would make them. It converted the black womb into a profit center and drew sharper lines around the subordinate caste, as neither mother nor child could make a claim against an upper caste man, and no child springing from a black womb could escape condemnation to the lowest rung. It moved the colonies toward a bipolar hierarchy of whites and non-whites, and specifically, a conjoined caste of whites at one end of the ladder, and at the other end, those deemed black due to any physical manifestation of African ancestry. Tied conveniently as it was to what one looked like, membership in either the upper or the lower caste was deemed immutable, primordial, fixed from birth to death, and thus regarded as inescapable. "He may neither earn nor wed his way out," wrote the scholars Allison Davis and Burleigh and Mary Gardner in Deep South, their seminal 1941 study of caste in America. It is the fixed nature of caste that distinguishes it from class, a term to which it is often compared. Class is an altogether separate measure of one's standing in a society, marked by level of education, income, and occupation, as well as the attendant characteristics such as accent, taste, and manners that flow from socioeconomic status. These can be acquired through hard work and ingenuity, or lost through poor decisions or calamity. If you can act your way out of it, then it is class, not caste. Through the years, wealth and class may have insulated some people born to the subordinate caste in America, but not protected them from humiliating attempts to put them in their place or to remind them of their caste position. Centuries after the American caste system took shape along the Chesapeake, the most accomplished of lower caste people have often found ways to transcend caste, but rarely to fully escape it. Like the Hindu caste system, the black-white distinction in the United States has supplied a social hierarchy determined at birth and arguably immutable even by achievement, wrote the legal scholars Raymond T. Diamond and Robert J. Cottrell. Blacks became like a group of American untouchables, ritually separated from the rest of the population. In the winter of 2013, the Academy Award-winning actor Forrest Whitaker, a distinguished, middle-aged African-American man, walked into a gourmet delicatessen on the west side of Manhattan for a bite to eat. Seeing it crowded, or not finding what he wanted, he turned to leave without making a purchase, as many customers might. An employee thought it suspicious and blocked him at the door. That level of intervention was uncharacteristic at an establishment frequented by celebrities and college students. The employee frisked him up and down, in front of other customers. Finding nothing, he allowed Whitaker, visibly shaken, to leave. The delicatessen owners later apologized for the incident and fired the employee. But the degradation of that moment stayed with the actor. "It's a humiliating thing for someone to come and do that," Whitaker said afterward. "It's attempted disempowerment." Neither wealth nor celebrity has insulated those born to the subordinate caste from the police brutality that seems disproportionately trained on those at the bottom of the hierarchy. In 2015, New York City police officers broke an NBA player's leg outside of a nightclub in Manhattan. The injury left the player, a forward for the Atlanta Hawks, disabled for the rest of the season. It resulted in a $4 million settlement, the proceeds of which the player promptly said he would donate to a foundation for public defenders. In 2018, police officers slammed a former NFL player to the ground after a disagreement he had with another motorist who had thrown coffee at his car, according to news reports. The video that surfaced that spring shows officers twisting Desmond Marrow's arms and legs and shoving him face down onto the pavement. Then they turn him over and hold him down by the throat. He passes out under their weight. After the video went viral, an internal investigation was conducted, and an officer was fired. No matter how great you become in life, no matter how wealthy you become, how people worship you, or what you do, NBA star LeBron James told reporters just the year before, if you are an African American man or African American woman, you will always be that.